Mick, in your gut, what do you play it out for us? How do you see this going today? And will it be short? Will these guys? Who's going to fold and throw in the cards, do you think?
Yeah, who's going to blink first? That's the question. Here's how I think it's going to play out, Joe. Is the vote probably starts between 1 and 2 o'clock, and they'll go through the first vote. It'll take a while. It's a roll call vote, an old-fashioned one-by-one vote, calling members by name, and they vote. That takes probably 90 minutes or so. It's unlikely that Kevin McCarthy will get the necessary number of votes, regardless of what that number is, on the first ballot. The 5 Never Kevin folks have said that they will not vote for him on the first ballot. And if they stay true to that, Kevin will not have the votes on that first ballot. It's not exactly clear what happens next, because this hasn't happened for 100 years, but it's most likely that they'll immediately go to a second vote, and I think that's critical. If the second vote is exactly the same as the first, there might be a way to sort of short-circuit this, because it'll send the message that everybody's dug in and that if nobody really wants to drag this thing out. If Kevin loses votes on that second ballot, then it could show weakness and things could drag out for a long period of time. The critical element here, of course, and I don't think the markets have recognized this, is that the House cannot function without a speaker. The House does not technically exist without a speaker because they don't have any new members. The speaker is elected, then the speaker swears in all of the new members. And until that happens, the House cannot conduct any business. They can't vote on any legislation. They can't raise the debt ceiling. They can't vote on any resolutions. So it's absolutely critical this gets done. I hope it gets done quickly, but there's a chance it could drag out for hours, if not days, if not longer.
There are a lot of members that say they won't vote for anyone but McCarthy. And then you've got others that will never vote for McCarthy. So you expect this to be weeks or months?
No, I really don't. I hope it's not weeks or months because, again, you can't do anything. What happens if we needed to pass some piece of legislation in the next couple of days and the House doesn't exist? No, I think that what you got here is a very small group of folks who just don't want to go along with the will of the larger majority. Ironically, Joe, one of the things the conservative group is asking for is the ability to make sure that anything that comes to the floor has the support of the majority of the majority. And this makes sense. They're tired of having a Republican House pass bills that's heavily supported by Democrats and only supported by a small minority of Republicans. That's the way it was oftentimes when I was in Congress. So it's the right sort of attitude to have. But at the same time, and this is the ironic part, they won't abide by the will of the overwhelming majority when it comes to picking Kevin as the speaker. Kevin got, I think, 180 votes out of 210 or so for the speakership. So he's the overwhelming choice of the Republicans in the House. And this small group doesn't want to go along with it. So that's a little bit of irony. You hope that they see through that. You hope that really what this is about is leverage and getting some advantages in terms of process, procedure, committee assignments, and so forth, and that things come to conclusion relatively quickly. But I think it'll be messy either way.
Hey, Mick, there had been all this conventional wisdom that if it goes 1 or 2 votes, they would recess and then have a private meeting where they try and work this out. But Jake Sherman is reporting this morning from Punchbowl News that as of the middle of the morning, the House has no rules, just as you've been pointing out with some of this stuff. So recessing after 1 or 2 speaker ballots requires either unanimous consent or a majority vote. Doing anything requires a majority. So they could be sitting there and all of this will play out on the House floor?
It could. Keep in mind that what might happen is that they go 1 or 2 votes and then someone moves to adjourn. And a motion to adjourn is always privileged in the House, which means you vote on it right away. But it is a majority vote, which means technically, unless all of the Republicans vote to adjourn, they're going to need Democrat support for that. If you're Hakeem Jeffries on the other side and you're watching the Republicans set themselves on fire, do you really want to move to adjourn, or would you like to have this go forward on the House? So, no, I think it could be long, it could be drawn out, and it could be all in public here today. But again, no one really knows because it's been, I think, 98 years since we did this last time.